The following is a transcript between Matías De Stefano, referred to as me, and his higher self, referred to as I am, originally produced on January 4th, 2021, under the constellation of Capricorn in the mental week, examining through the heart chakra. I am. Tick-tock. It is the hour. Tick-tock, the week. Tick-tock, the month. Tick-tock, it is the year. Tick-tock, it is the century. It is the millennium. It is the cycle. Me. Tick-tock is rhythm. I am. The sound is known by all, making a constant pulse. Me. It is the ticking of the clock, the second hand, the minute hand, which marks the time. In music, the rhythm is called time. I am. What is time then? Me. It is probably a succession of rhythms. I am. Time only exists as a form of vibration measurement. Let's go back to the third universal law. Everything vibrates, and the reason why it does is due to the interaction of movement that produces echoes of concepts, objects, or subjects that respond to each other. That is, they correspond. Second law. The vibration wave, it will have a different attunement depending on the intensity of the pulse of the sound, creating different resonance that you call frequencies. The wave frequency will speak of the repetition measure of the response. That is, what is the distance that a wave takes to repeat itself, and therefore to hear the same sound again. This pulse can be constant if it is not changed, which generates a pulse that marks the base of all of the fractalization of reality, and this is called rhythm. Me. In other words, time is born thanks to the law of rhythm. I am. That's right. Me. Time, then, is nothing more than a way of measuring the rhythms of creation. But what is rhythm? I am. You'll be surprised. Rhythm is the same wave of vibration. Me. It's all the same? I am. What does rhythm mean to you? Me. In my way of thinking, rhythm is related to music. In the music Holy Trinity, a song is composed of rhythm, harmony, and melody. Rhythm is the musical tempo, which usually marks the moments of repetition, the metrics, and what we naturally do with the song by counting its tempos. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the one that helps us to know what's next and prepares us for what's coming. Harmony is coordination, which puts the mathematical order in the song, which keeps us in certain tune, hertz, and coordinates the entry of each instrument, the chords and the notes it must play. While melody is best known aspect of music. It is what we feel, listen to, and become familiar with in a song, its shape, its body. I am, and yet rhythm is actually the only thing that happens. Huh? I am. Rhythm is not what measures time. Rhythm is time itself, but it is also space. Rhythm is the wave of vibration. Rhythm comes from the Greek rhythmos, which describes the concept of the Greek word rain, which means to flow, the origin of the word river. Me. Rhythm means fluid, what flows. Wow. In other words, more than a metric, it is a constant. I am. A wave of vibration seen in 2 dimensions, resembles a line with a curve, like a river on a map. A wave in 3 dimensions looks like a wave of the ocean, lake, or river. The wave vibrates constantly, and no matter how many times it passes through the same place, it will always do so in a different way. It is the constant transformation. Nothing is the same, no matter how similar everything is. And each wave will be repetitive depending on the context, the rocks, the dunes, the currents, the rain, the plants. Therefore, the vibration waves will possess different frequencies. The frequencies in a river can be explained by the different geographical breaks. the cave, the trickle, the source, the slope, the stream, the tributaries, the waterfalls, the rocky areas, the rapids, the sandbanks, the lakes and lagoons, the meandering valleys, the delta, the wetlands, and the bay. The river is always the same, running through exactly the same courses, and yet the water always moves differently, besides never being the same. Me. Everything is different, and yet it always seems to be the same. I am. The river is the rhythm. It is the constant of different frequencies. The river is not time, and yet it embodies the way that you understand it. Time does not exist as you know it. It is only the perception of a cycle that flows without ceasing through the cosmos. Me. We are drops of water in the river of existence. I am, and these drops will be born from the slope in the mountain caverns, which arises from the accumulation of water between the rocks that have melted due to snow and ice, or from the drops of rain and humidity that have penetrated through the cracks of the ground. That same drop will travel throughout the geography until it reaches the sea to evaporate again, to become a cloud, and to return to the mountain in the form of snow or rain. Me. And it will go through the same river again, through the same places and landscapes. I am, and that is the sensation you have of rhythm. Me. That things repeat themselves, that I experience the same thing over and over again, see in the same places, people, and situations. I am. As you'll see, it's not really the things that repeat themselves, but it's you repeating yourself. It's you who comes back, not the things that follow you. The law or principle of rhythm reminds you that everything is a cycle and that you will go through it again and again. But with so many rivers and streams in the world, why do you always choose the same one? Me. That's what I wonder. I am. There are many people and drops of water who never reach the sea. Why? I am for fear of fullness or infinity. They prefer to cling to what is known, to some wetland, to some rock or well. Many are consumed along the way by trees and animals, and others stagnate in water that evaporates. Most of them do not get out on their own region, or, for this reason, they return to cross the same river. Those who dare to reach the sea upon evaporation will form part of cyclones and free clouds that will travel through the sky to new lands and to new rivers to travel. Me. New rhythms to follow, new songs, melodies, experiences. How do I go about doing this? I am. Change the rhythm. Speed up the pace or slow it down. If you live a fast-paced life with no result, then slow your life down. If you live a slow life with no news, speed your life up. Look for the new rhythm. It will depend on your willingness to move toward new tunes. Me. This is in relation to the law of vibration, raising the frequency to capture a new reality. I am, because if you don't, you'll always see the same landscapes over and over again. The story is like a journey through a beautiful landscape. If you have no idea where you're going, if you don't know the terrain, and you don't pay attention, the path will become a maze in which you will get lost over and over again, returning to the same places. Everything can be a maze if you don't know where you're going. It is you who must take the initiative to seek an objective and pay attention to the path. When you begin to see that throughout your life the landscape repeats itself, living the same circumstances, meeting the same people, or living the same experiences in a different way, this is when you must recognize that you are going through the same river again. Me. And this is not my own mistake. I am. No, you are a part of a group, and in many cases this happens by continuing to flow with the flow of family, of culture, of the clan's belief. It is hereditary, and sometimes that triggers security, and that's okay. It only becomes a mistake when you're doing everything in your life to get out of the same loop, and it still happens again. That's when you really have to think about it. Look, there's no pressure in the universe to evolve or to light up. Nobody is behind you telling you, light up and free yourself from all patterns. No, those are beliefs and expectations. Me. So? I am. You must learn to respect your own rhythms and not those that others impose on you in your life. There are some people who learn to add in a day, and there are others who need months or years. The only mistake here would not be taking too long, but wanting to do it and not having the will or perseverance to achieve it. Me. And how do I find out what the right place is? I am following the only pulse that marks the rhythm of the melody that you call your life, and that is your heart. Your heart is the pulse of the rhythmic flow of the circulatory system, the rivers in your veins and arteries. The life, strength, and energy of your being moves to the sound of your heart. Me, follow the rhythm of the heart, what resonates and what beats in me. I am. Pay attention to the spaces and people or circumstances that are repeated in your life, and dare to follow the pulse of your heart. You will never be able to get out of the circuit of circulation, of the flow of the law of rhythm, but you can discover that if you decide to change the tune, the speed, you will find thousands of rivers and streams, seas and oceans in which you can face new experiences and flow into new realities. Me. And all this adjusting the rhythm of my heart center, being coherent in my feelings and actions. I am tick-tock. Me. I am the rhythm. I am the time.